Dan, welcome to People in Legal.
Thanks, David. Good to see you again.
Yeah, I know. Last time I was in Melbourne, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's happened since then?
Yeah. So it's been exciting. Obviously, things continue to move really fast, and we're excited to be able to drive some key parts of the AI story forward as it continues to develop in the legal industry. What we announced last month was actually the introduction of the first legal context graph. And so really what that is a way to understand everything that's happening inside of your matters, inside of your repositories, and ultimately all of that comes from what's stored in your documents. So traditionally, document management, as you know, was kind of like a repository. It was almost, sometimes where the document would be reside, but then to find it, you had to put in specific keywords. The information wasn't surfaced at the time of need. And with the legal context graph, what we're able to do is build a true knowledge platform that you can find everything that you need, because we're doing a few different things. One is that we're extracting critical information and classifying that information at time of save. So just by saving a document into NetDocuments, we're able to tell a story. We're able to tell a story about what this document is, what are the key pieces of information that are part of that document. Is it an agreement? When was it executed? In what industry? What's the governing law? All these key pieces of information that we're storing now as metadata, but then also things like, as you change from version to version, what are those key changes? Using AI to summarize what those changes are. And then from all of that activity and information, we're able to then create like a matter story so that you can see what's been going on inside the matter. An associate who is maybe called into it at the last minute or is covering for someone, they can hit this dashboard and see exactly, what's been going on in the matter. What are the key facts of the matter? What's the key timeline, events, and so forth? Who is part of it, both on my team as well as other people that we've recognized in the documents, in the emails, people like co-counsel, opposing counsel, witnesses, people like that appear in the matter. Now you know who they are, and that is very important, not just for a lawyer, but also for an agent. So when you're using either our agent or a third-party solution, and you're asking information or questions that might be found in the matter, it can use that legal context graph in order to traverse a huge amount of information much more efficiently, get much better answers than it can by simply trying to reconstruct that context over and over again every time you ask a question. So that's a long answer to your question about what we've been working on, but it's a big deal and our customers are really excited about it.
I can totally see why. I mean, just standing back and thinking about it, what it would do is it actually tells a story about matters, clients, people working on things, and I guess, and workflows.
Absolutely.
I guess if I was actually using legal context graph, one of the interesting areas I might look at is tell me the story of the client. So there's all these matters that are chained together, all groups of clients.
100%. One of the nice things is that you're able to then, understand what is a client preference in a particular scenario.
Yeah.
It's one thing to look at a final agreement and to know where the parties landed. It's another thing to understand where they wanted to start and then what they ended up agreeing to along the way and what concessions might have been made. That's critically important as when you take on the next matter for that particular client. The other benefit is that because we see all of the activity of the users in the platform, you're able to then understand, well, who has the expertise in these particular areas? Who's the person that I can go to on the next matter? And you think about the number of pardon the interruption emails that get sent out inside the firm where someone says, pardon the interruption, has anybody worked on this particular situation? Has anybody been in front of this judge before? All of that is information that's stored inside of our knowledge graph and is accessible, again, both to lawyers and to the agents that they're now using.
There's productivity side of things, but I'm just thinking from a BD point of view.
Yeah.
You could actually look at a client, you could say, we're dealing with all these different matters and areas here, but there's this gap. There's this area we could actually be advising these guys on and doing work for these guys.
Yeah, 100%. That's actually an area that has come up several times here in the conversations we've had with clients, where they see things like the matter summaries and they can clearly articulate what they've done on behalf of clients as part of an RFP response or other business development activity.
Yeah, I was going to say, because really, I sort of see the productivity is one massive side of things, but that whole BD side of things, and as you say, the people to put onto those matters, like the people, the resource going to actually allocate the whole pitch and everything else as well. Like I said, this whole BD area is going to build out from that.
Yeah, no, that's right. So that's just one of the many exciting things that you can get when you
Mm,
start to extract out all of this knowledge. At NetDocuments, we have over 23 billion files under management. So there's a lot of knowledge. There's a lot of expertise that's embedded in there. And really, that's the most valuable part. And one of the things that's shifted in the last 6 months is people kind of moving from that idea of, well, I can use AI to draft content, I can use it to summarize, to extract, but ultimately that's something that is available kind of to everybody,
yeah.
and it's not differentiated. What's differentiated is what the firm knows about its clients, what it knows because it has deep experience in certain areas, and making that kind of understood, tractable, and accessible for future work product is just it's a massively important goal. And everyone recognizes now that providing that context just gives you higher quality answers. We're seeing that in our own testing as well.
Okay, amazing. That's all available right now to users.
Yeah, we actually just introduced our new experience. So it's in preview with a number of our different customers. They've been great to work with. They've been giving us amazing feedback about the kinds of information that we're surfacing now and that they also are looking to see in future iterations.
And how do customers or actually even new firms look at this and how they get it?
Yeah, so we've been showing it here at the show quite frequently. So a number of them have reached out to their customer success managers. We have a wait list that we're taking folks off of as well. It's grown quite a bit.
Yeah, I can see
People are
why.
really excited about it, and we're going to continue to bring people off that wait list to enjoy this new experience.
Great. How have you found the conference?
It's fantastic. It's my first time here. I know it's been going on for a few years, but it's the first time I've had a chance to make it out. So it's been great. It's been a lot of fun, and I really have enjoyed the content. And of course, seeing everybody here, it's just a wonderful venue for that. So.
Dan, thank you so much for your time and the update today. Brilliant.